Oh, I like that. ABC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. ABC. It's a teaser.
Always be closing.
Always.
One. Oh wait, that's. I do
see
love
this
that
watch.
It's worth more than what you make in a year. I do love that movie.
Alec.
Glengarry Glen Ross, Alec Baldwin.
Alec
He won
Baldwin.
an Academy Award for that 20 minutes he was on, or 15 minutes he's on screen, if that.
What supporting?
I think
Really?
so, best supporting actor.
He actually won?
Look it up. I'm pretty sure it's true.
Okay.
Not 100%. Not swearing on anything.
It just cost me $5,000. No, wait, what was that? Remember that thing that they used to do with it was? There were Arnold Schwarzenegger ones, and there were Al Pacino, where they'd call people and they'd have
yeah. That was also from Glengarry Glen Ross.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they
you
took
just,
little.
You just cost me $5,000.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? yeah, that was from that. But this is not from any of that.
No, it's not.
This is from a brewery I had never heard of.
Yes.
Again, continuing the California train that we've got going on.
Right.
Choo-choo to that. We are pushing forward down the tracks.
Up. I would say up. We're going up. We're going up north. We're traveling north this time, though.
Okay, we're going up north. We're breaking out our farmers' almanacs and seeing what the weather is like for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage we are about today comes to us from San Francisco.
You went to San Francisco?
No.
Okay.
But the beer comes from San Francisco.
All right, that's true.
I was able to locate it in Southern California, San Diego to be specific, but not available, once again, as we said, here in Arizona. But I'm
to
sure
everyone else, maybe.
Yeah, easily in California. This is from Almanac Beer Company out of San Francisco, as I stated. This is their Sourdough Wild Ale. It's brewed with a variety of different grains in the mash. Is that the correct term? And lemon, and then it's aged in wine barrels. And there's a funky yeast. They
use a concoction of Belgian yeast and a sourdough yeast starter in there as well. That's why it's called sourdough.
And it's called
they use Brettanomyces as well.
Dog Patch. It's their Dog Patch yeast blend, and this is from their Farm to Barrel series.
Sourdough Wild Ale.
Yes.
Wow, that has a lot of stuff going on. So 375 ml bottle.
Right.
What was the alcohol in this?
6.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sessionable to an experienced beer drinker, as we like to say.
To the sour beer drinker.
To the sour beer drinker, this is not difficult at all.
And I actually bought this one at a restaurant and actually sort of bottle shop, because they can actually sell you the bottles to take home.
Oh, that's cool.
Called Neighborhood. It's in San Diego in the Gaslamp Quarter on G and 7th Streets, right on that corner there. I had a great time there. I had actually sent them an email on a Monday that I was thinking about coming there for dinner in regards to some beers that they had on tap, because they had the Blind Pig IPA from Russian River on tap, and the Duchess on tap, and they also had I inquired about those too, and then the person who emailed me back, his name is Ethan, he said, and we also have the Supplication from Russian River. So, needless to say, those were my beers for the first night there.
You had me in Supplication.
Yeah, those were the three I had, because as we were saying, there are certain beers that we cannot get in here in Arizona. So when we're in California, where more is available to us, we are looking for those beers either to purchase to bring home or to purchase to try. At least that's what at
least to experience.
Yeah,
definitely.
I know that's what I was doing. There were certain things that I like or that I was interested in that I could have got there, but I could also get them here. So I tried very hard to focus, and it wasn't that hard to focus, because those are the things I was interested in. But if you are in the San Diego area, the Gaslamp Quarter area, or planning on going there, I highly recommend it. Like, the staff was very knowledgeable, very friendly. We sat outside both nights, because then I wound up going back the next day. I'd had reservations somewhere else, but it was going to be a long drive. It was just a less than 10-minute walk from the hotel. We went back there again for my birthday and had another great time. I'm going to just cover the drinks the beers I had there. I went totally different, because we went back the second time.
We're going to have a few here in a row from Almanac.
Can we just share?
We're going to have a few from there. So,
I'll save it for the second one.
For the second part? Okay.
Yes.
Because we're going to have
three
beers actually from Almanac, which all were derived from this neighborhood restaurant.
Two of them were. One of them were from another place, so there'll be another story with that. So,
okay.
Let's get to the beer. Let's get to the Sourdough Wild Ale.
No, that's
to be continued.
That is honestly when I go on vacation now, and maybe that says a lot about myself, is that when I go on vacation now, if we're going to go to a restaurant, that is one of the criteria I look for right away. It's like if I'm going to go out and I'm going to be looking for something different, I want to also be able to find beers that maybe I cannot find or I've never seen on draft, at the very least, never seen on draft here in Arizona for myself, or something like that. That's part of the criteria. And thankfully, like I said, we both have families that will accommodate that as well. As long as there is food to go along with it. Like obviously they're not going to go somewhere where the food is really bad.
Yeah, or if it's just a bar.
Or if it's just a dive bar or something like I said. But when you can get the combination, thankfully we have families that accommodate us as well. So we appreciate that.
I was able to toss out.
We appreciate their support.
Yes, we do. And I was able to toss out the birthday card. So I was like, hey,
did you?
It's my birthday.
You're like, did you just slide it across the table?
No, they were actually, there was absolutely no pushback at all. It was total agreement. And actually, in some cases, saying, no, we should do that. So a lot of, like you said, we are very lucky. A lot of support there.
What was the, I don't know if we got to the price on this one. Is this their usual probably $12, $13?
It was $13. And I was actually really impressed. Like I said, they are primarily a restaurant, but they have the licensing to sell the bottles. And their prices were really in conjunction with what I saw at other bottle shops that I visited. So, I mean, close enough, and in some cases a little better. So it was...
That's surprising.
I was happy to...
Usually, especially at a place like that, they're going to mark up a tad more for the convenience.
And there may have been a little bit, but
it's still pretty good.
Yeah, actually, like I said, that second night I went there, because of that and all the conversations, they actually, they gave me a little discount, and then they gave me, it said on the receipt, "We love you" discount. I was like, thank you for the "We love you" discount. So
they're all, this guy knows his beer. This is good. So now this will be the interesting thing. So I finished the pour with mine.
Yes.
So hold yours up.
Yeah, see, I've got clear copper.
Keith's pretty crystal clear. I poured the little extra yeasty bad guys into mine.
Oh.
Actually, not bad guys.
You stole the yeasty good guys.
I did. I'll let you have one of the other ones.
Okay.
We went with the tulip glass. We made the switch after the previous podcast that we'd had, because that's what these sour beers call for. They scream the tulip glass.
That's right.
Had you ever heard about this brewery until you went to the restaurant at all? Was it something like you had...
I was aware of Almanac because actually somebody brought Eric, friend of the show, Eric Gasson, a beer back from California a few months ago, and it was an Almanac, and I don't remember what it was, but it was, and he showed it to me, and I just looked at it really quickly, and he's like...
Eric, let us know.
Yeah.
We know you're watching.
It took me a little bit. I had to swirl it up a little bit, but then I got a little bit of fruit, a little bit of citrus, and then a little funk.
I get the lemon, I get the funk, and then I definitely, because who needs the funk? But I get the lemon, I get the funk, and then I get definitely the sourdough note in there. I mean, that's pretty strong. That aroma, that bready kind of sour aroma in there. That's definitely, which could be a little more Brettanomyces. Could be a little more of the Brett going on.
Is it Brettanomyces?
Oh, I like it.
Not the beer name. Initially, I thought, wow, that's really very mild.
I know. I was actually going to, the word I was going to use, or two words, mutedly complex.
And then, going in with that, after that first swirl or that first sip sort of dies down, that's when some things come out, not in in a muted fashion. Yeah, just like I would agree with that. I get that. I get the funk.
The funk is fairly dominant for me. I'm surprised. It's definitely toward this. When you talk about Brett, a lot of times people talk about passion fruit, and there's a little bit of that in there. But this is definitely, for me, at least a little more of the barnyard. There's a little bit more of the hay, and that kind of thing in there.
And it's not, and because this isn't a sour.
Lemon, because is this the one that has lemon
it's
in it too, right?
Yeah, this is,
There's more almost of the lemon, what is it, the pith?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's not
more of that. It's
super fruit expressive.
It's not high citrus lemon. It's more of all of those low notes coming together, blending together.
If you hold it in your mouth a little bit, there's a nice lemon acidity. There's some liveliness in there.
Very much so. Yeah, you hold that on your tongue. It's not tart,
right?
But it's the liveliness. Correct. Yeah, it's that kind of acidity. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely lemon there, and this isn't a sour. It's a wild ale, which is where we're not getting that tarty puckeredness to it. So, this
one is also, I don't know if we got to mention to it. This one is also actually dry hopped with Mosaic as well, with Mosaic hops.
Are you getting any of that?
I'm not getting it. Well, and dry hopping would be more about the aroma.
Right. Did you get it in the aroma?
There's a little hop character to it. Very light, though. I'm not super familiar with Mosaic, so I don't know what I would be necessarily picking up on. There's
the Mosaic I
white
had
fruits and stuff like that.
I'm so glad you said that because I've been wanting to talk about this other. Once totally by surprise, then we went up to Universal. Not by surprise because I knew we were going to Universal.
How did we get here?
Let's try this again.
No, that was funny. So you got to Universal.
Yeah, and I was thinking, okay, I've enjoyed some great beers now for the last few days. You know, when we go out to dinner tonight, wherever Kristen and Ben want to go, I'm not gonna direct them in a specific way. Well, one of the restaurants there was Karl Strauss.
Oh, Karl Strauss Brewing Company.
Yeah,
yep.
and it was and so she's like, well, I'm gonna go to Karl Strauss, and I was like, okay. they brew, and we've been to their restaurant in the Carlsbad area before, and so one of the beers, I don't know if it was on the list, and I think she mentioned it. It was a Mosaic. She just called it an ale, but then I've read descriptions since it's a Mosaic IPA.
Okay.
It was amazing, and it was. That's why I'm so excited you guys are brewing a beer with Mosaic because I'm sure it'll be great but it's very, very fruity, very expressive, citrus, but some like sweet citrus almost. But it
describes when you look at the description for that varietal, it talks about passion fruit, blueberry. It actually talks about berry things in there. There's passion fruit, blueberry. I think mango.
I could see that.
It's definitely super high on the citrus quotient, less on the other things. But what Jason and I thought was interesting was, like I said, when it mentioned some of the darker like fruit things, we're like, really, like blueberry?
See, I didn't get that. I
don't think it said raspberry, but I know for certain it was blueberry. And we were like, well, that's interesting.
I would definitely get the mango. I would definitely get more tropical things. Passion, but like I said, very well balanced. It was. I was really surprised. It was very good, and I thought we used to be able to get Karl Strauss beer here in Tucson. Maybe we didn't, but then I had another one by them. It was there was a Big Barrel double IPA, and that was really good too.
Oh.
So anyways, nice little treat. So I'm not really getting a lot of that.
I get a little bit of that in the
definitely
aroma.
the funk.
I definitely get a little bit of that in the aroma, but it's kind of overwhelmed by the funk. A little bit of lemon that's in there. It's just nothing jumps out to me, at least to my palate where it's at. Like I said, everything is just very well blended.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the heavier, dank haze side of American Wild Ale. Because I've had some, like I said, not that they're going to be super tart and puckery, but you've had some where you get a little more fruit and things going on.
Right.
So but it's very balanced.
It is very balanced. I don't know if it's one I would go back to for $13.
Yeah, no.
For that, but it's like you said, it's balanced. It's good for what it is. It's very good. I don't know if it's particularly, as you would say, wheelhouse. My wheelhouse. What I'm looking for.
Well, it makes me excited for the next couple that we're going to have over the next few weeks that are going to go maybe more toward the fruity. We're talking about strawberry and some other things. So
this was bottled in February of 2013.
Well, you want those to sit. It's aging in there. It's changing. Yeah. It's so.
Is that okay? Batch number 1. This is from batch number 1.
Oh wow!
Wow,
that was their first try. Well, maybe they've gotten even a little bit better.
It could be. Well, and like you said, not that this is bad. It's just kind of a certain style. Maybe, I said, I'm not as big of a barley wine fan as maybe you are. Certain things, it may be a good representation of that style. It's just not your favorite style. Once again, if somebody says, "Hey, I'd like to share a sourdough wild beer with you," I'd say, "Okay,
okay,
sounds good," and I'd enjoy that. But
so if heavier low note kind of things are what you're after in your American Wild Ale, this definitely might be the one for you. And what also could be for you is our website, AboutBeverages.com. That's where we've got the tasting notes and where this hits on our recommendation scale. And definitely while you're at the website, or if you're watching this on YouTube, we appreciate that as well. Definitely leave us a comment, send us an email, any of those things. Let us know what you think of this beer. If you've had it before, if you've found other places to get it besides California, that would be great to know as well for our other listeners that are outside of that area. And like I said, this is definitely a great start to some more things from Almanac and our California train.
We've opened the door.
That's right. But whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.